Hello and good evening, everyone. And thank you for joining us on, let's say this is the second part of the intro for the Your Acoustic Body class. And we have so many questions. And maybe if we would cover the questions, that would help to bring more clarity. And actually, all right, so there was a question, or many questions about what is the acoustic body. All right. So actually, the acoustic body, like everyone has a body, right? You have a body. And when we talk about body, it is not just the physical body, but all energetic systems that belongs to the body. And these are all the chakras, all the meridians, the aura, all parts and elements, everything that is an energetic system in the body, that's also part of the body. So when we talk about body, that includes all of that. And then the question is that how much do you use your body? Because I would say it's like the space you are functioning from with your body. That means, what do you think about your body? Like, what do you think? What can your body do? What is the body's capacity? And you are the one who is sort of like overwriting the body's capacity, because actually the body has much more capacities than what we use. If we just talk about its healing and recovery capacity, your body could do much more with much greater ease if we didn't have that many points of view, that many limitations. And our limitations, of course, are coming from our education, it's coming from the parents, society, from the news, from everywhere. Because actually no one is teaching us what else is really possible with the body. And the amazing thing, maybe you remember, I mentioned this last time, but the body was created as a gift for the infinite being. Like in many places, you may have heard that, or a lot of people sort of like, they say that their body is so limited. The infinite being is truly infinite, but the body will sort of like limit all the infinite capacities into just a few. Like you as a being, you are logged into the body. I mean, of course, this is not true. And when we talk about, let's say, the body, like the body that we use, or how much we know about it as an everyday general body, and then there is the acoustic body, which can function from the space of the infinite being you are. And it's also clear, we are all infinite beings, right? The only problem is, what is the space that you are functioning from? Like, during the whole day, do you function from that level of consciousness of the infinite being you truly be? Or you function from an everyday, general, much lower level of consciousness? And your body will always give up itself in favor of your consciousness. So the body is tuning down itself to match what you think about it. And that's like, it's a question from which point or from which approach we want to look at it. It is really amazing, but it's really terrible because it's limiting. So there is nothing wrong with the body. The problem is with us, because the body is just following our imagination, our projection. It's just matching what we think about the body. Like if I would say, if you have a Suzuki Swift or you have a Ferrari, and imagine that you never saw a Ferrari and you get one, but you think it's a Suzuki and you drive it like a Suzuki. No offense to Suzuki, no offense to Japan, nothing. I just wanted to say, or it can be Polski Fiat, whatever, or Trabant, Warburg. So all of these, like, if you use something without knowing what's the true capacity of it, then it will never show you the true capacity. And this is what's happening with the body. The body was given to us as a gift because it has the capacity to function from whatever you are, from whatever space you function from. And it's entirely up to you how much you can sort of like release or free your whole reality in order to sort of like start to function from a different space, a much more expanded space with your body. And then your body will match that. I can give you a few examples, but I think I told all these examples last time. Like, if you have a point of view, like, how much sleep does your body need? Even if the body would need much less sleep, it will match your expectation. And it will feel tired because you think after having just 4 hours sleep and having a hard day, your body has to be tired. So your body will make you feel tired, but the body itself is not tired. So just ask yourself anytime when you feel tired, that truth, hey body, truth, are you tired? Or truth, do you need more sleep? Or truth, are you ready for the day? Like, what have I decided and whose reality am I functioning from? Because that's the problem. We are functioning from our parents, our grandparents, our teachers, everyone else's reality, what we have seen from the very beginning of this lifetime. We get used to that. We get used to it that the body has to eat this much, the body has to have rest of that much, your body has to do this and that, and that's such a limitation. But the limitation is not coming from the body, but it's coming from our mind, what we bought into, from all the lies that we bought into over the years. So your body really has amazing capacities. And I'm just talking about very general, everyday capacities like sleeping or even eating habits, like how much do you have to eat? How often do you have to eat? Don't follow any daily routine. Don't follow any diet. Start to ask the body, hey, body, how much food do you need? Do you need more food? Is that about the size of the food, like the volume of the food? Or is that about the quality of the food, the type of food? Is that fruits? Is that meat? Is that whatever is that? Carbohydrates, like pasta. There is nothing right or nothing wrong. What you eat or what your body would require to eat, that can be totally different. So, and we are still just talking about, yes. I cannot hear you. Okay, please, yes. There is translation, yes. Okay. Mhm. All right. Okay. And then there are those capacities of the body, which is about, for example, it's healing or recovery capacity. And when we say healing, it's healing others or healing itself. Like the body can sort of like facilitate someone. Even it can do it from distance. It can take out the pain. It can take over the illness into itself. Also, sometimes it can only just take, like copy that kind of illness. And you really need to ask questions if you have any kind of illness that, is this mine? Or, hey, buddy, what are you doing? Are you copying it? Like, are you giving information about others? Or are you facilitating someone? Or are you taking over that only pain? Or are you taking over their illness? So, hey, buddy, what are you doing? Hopefully, yeah. All right. So the body really has amazing capacities. And now let's go further. Even that, did we discuss it last time? Like the zone of awareness, not sure. But you as an infinite being, you have an awareness, and your body also has an awareness. So many things that are showing up in your body has actually not much to do with the body, but it's rather has to do with people around it. So when we talk about acoustic body, it's actually, imagine that you as an infinite being, you function from infinite possibilities. And when you sort of like connect with your body, like being in true communion with your body, not just logged into the body, but you are in true communion with your body in that state of being an infinite being, then your body starts to relax. Your body starts to sort of like refresh itself. Your body starts to have all the functions that you didn't see before. And you also start to have the awareness, like a true communication starts between the body and the being. So like teaching you of what it is capable to do if you are choosing to learn. Because this is something we have to learn again from the very basics, because the body is really beyond what we can imagine. And this is the acoustic body. Or I would rather say this is it, like acoustic body is when your body is functioning from the infinite being. And why it is acoustic body? Here is the other thing. Maybe you've heard about the space of infinite possibilities. What is that? That is a state for you as an infinite being when you realize it, that you can choose anything. And we hear it so many times. Of course, everyone is nodding their head. Yeah, I can choose anything. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I can choose to be a millionaire, but I know I'm fucking not a millionaire. I'm choosing it and it's not happening. So I can choose, but nothing will happen. So this is not choice. Okay, just to clarify, this is not choice. When you choose something, you step into that energy. You step into, let's say, there is a space of infinite possibilities where each and every choice has its combination of possibilities. And you can choose it, but not just say I'm choosing it, but you step into it, and you allow your whole reality to be overwritten by that combination of possibilities that belongs to that choice. So from that very moment when you choose something truly, you become a different person, a different being. Everything becomes different from you, for you, different from who you were before, different from that aspect of what belief systems you were functioning from before. So that's the big deal with choice. And this is sort of like what I can tell you about infinite possibilities, that you can choose anything. But we don't get used to choosing. Therefore, if I choose something, I would think about, do I have enough money for this? Do I know enough about it? Like, do I have enough information? Do I have the physical capacities for that? Do I have enough time? What will people say? And so on. So it's not really a choice. So sort of like we downgrade what we choose based on what resources we have available. But actually, there are sort of like in the space of infinite possibilities, which is the very nature of the infinite being. So when you function from that, you have access to everything, to all resources. There is no such thing of you don't have it. It's not, when we say resources, it's energy, it's skills, it's information, it's capacities, everything. You have access to everything. Like, what is the financial situation you desire to choose? What is the state of health you desire to choose? What is the reality you desire to choose? So for example, when we talk about, like, oftentimes I run an acoustic energy pulse series. So what we do, we sort of like we call up the energy of that choice, and we step into that, we connect to it, and we start to receive those possibilities of that choice. Let's say the acoustic energy pool for money, which is about the space of infinite possibilities with money. And what is your choice? Like, how much money would you like to have? That is your combination of your choice. So you choose it and you pull energy from that space and you step into that space. So, and it's not just that the body sort of like follows you. Like, whatever you think about your body will do that and act like that. It's not just this, but this physical reality and energetic reality around us is all built up from information and vibrations. And vibration has the energy to change the molecular structure. And your body can generate vibration. So this is the acoustic vibration. When we talk about vibration, it belongs to the physical material around us. When we talk about acoustic wave, that's the information in the background. Let's say the blueprint of how something should build up, like a physical matter. But you can apply this as well for non-physical parts as well. But the vibration is required to change the physical material. When we use the acoustic wave, then actually we access that space of infinite possibilities, and we can choose whatever version of that, whatever combination of possibilities could work for us. So any reality you would like to function from, you can choose that. And if you start to truly work together with your bodies, and this kind of instantaneous communication between you and your body, it starts to happen, then you are sort of like the master of this reality. You are the master of physical reality and also all versions of energetic reality. And the main approach and the main, let's say, focus of this class, the Your Acoustic Body class, is using these body processes that's not just for the body, but it's also for the infinite being. It's also for you, the infinite being, to awaken you to your capacities, to all the amazing capacities that you actually truly have. So it's not just awakening the body into the acoustic body state, but it's also awakening you, the infinite being, to function as an infinite being from that level of consciousness. Because between the body and the being, the connection is this, like, whatever you function from with your body will do that. And as a feedback, you see it, and oftentimes you start to choose less. And then your body would function from even less. So it's like a downward spiral, like choosing and creating less and less and less with the body. Big part of that is aging, like all the points of view about aging. Yeah. But it doesn't have to be like that. It's, again, just a combination of points of view, and that there is nothing wrong with that. It's rather about, are you willing to recognize that you can choose anything? You can choose things that looks miraculous. Like when I say miraculous, it means it's outside of your reality. Like you can't even imagine what is that or how it could show up. So it shows up, but it's far beyond what you can recognize, what you can receive. It just suddenly happens. It's beyond your capacities. And when you start to use your acoustic body and you also start to function from the space of the infinite being with your body, then you start to realize and recognize the magic of the body and how you can work together to change this reality, to change the physical material or materia, and also change your life situation, your lifestyle. And actually, we have at the class the contribution process, which is a tool to sort of like start to use your capacities to change even global things that is beyond one person's capacity. Because when we start to step into the oneness with the whole planet, in that state with your body, then you have access to sort of like change the reality on the planet. And you can choose like smaller regions or bigger ones. It doesn't have to be the whole planet. It's a question, do you have a calling to change something in our world? Really, it can be something in your community, it can be something in your country, it can be something in the region where you live. You, as one person, you have the power to do it. You have the power to generate such change. Because from that moment, you are in communion with the whole reality. You are not just a tiny ant who has no power over the reality, but you are like a creator. So these are the really amazing capacities with the body, with the acoustic body, that everyone has an acoustic body, and it starts to show up when you start to use it. So one of the things with the class is, so it's not just theory plus body processes, because like naturally we all have points of view about our capacities. We all have points of view about energies. We all have points of view about physical reality. So therefore, we will do really amazing exercises for each and every topic. So you can look at what are your limitations, what are your beliefs about that topic, let's say about contribution, or about oneness, or about miraculous healings. Like, how could you do healing such as Jesus did? You know, healing someone just by your very touch, and completely healing, not just, okay, in 5 months' time, the person is recovered, but true healing instantaneously. And as part of these processes, we look into all the points of view, all the beliefs about each and every topic, and we break it down. So it's not just I give you the theory and then you go home and it's up to you how you work with the theory, but we break down all the beliefs that would not allow you to use the theory. So this is also a very core part of the class. It's integrated into the class. Actually, this is something new, just added to the class recently, because I really would like everyone to sort of like own and claim all these information, all these capacities by the end of the class. Okay. So do we have any question, or I would go to the questions from the... Yes. Yes. I'm not sure of that, but that would be lovely. Uh-huh. Okay. So one of the main thing or main reason why we don't know what we want, because sort of like at the very beginning of our life, we like our needs, our desires, our dreams get suppressed, pushed down. Your parents, your teachers, people around you told you that you are just a small child. Once you will be an adult, then you can want anything. Until that, I give you what I can. So it's about, you know, and of course, this was verbalized in many ways, but it is about to suppress your capacity of knowing what you want, because it's useless for the people around you. Like, they don't care about it, and no one wants to really like invite you into that possibility or confirm that you know what you want. So as part of the class, people start to recognize that they truly have capacities. So it's not just physical capacities that if I work hard, then things will change. Like if I go to the coal mine and I work physically hard, then things will show up. That's a very linear way of thinking. And when people realize that, oh my God, my body has amazing capacities and it's like a magic stick, and I'm, as an infinite being, has to start to use that magic stick, and I have to walk through like this is an adventure, a journey through which I can learn how to use my body to help my creation and actualization. So it's like one part of the class is giving back the power to the hands of the people. So people can be, again, that playful child that they were before, because it opens up the space that, oh my God, I have power and now I can play with it. And you have to play with it to start to sort of like confirm to yourself, to give yourself a feedback that actually it works, so I can create anything. And from that, knowing that you can really create and make happen anything, from that recognition, you start to know again what you really want. And oftentimes we put a lot of significance on the thing what we want, and because of the significance we don't do anything, like we procrastinate. But if you have all the resources, all the tools, all the power, all the knowing or consciousness that's required, then suddenly everything looks so simple. Like, oh, it is that simple. Then I can do it. I can choose even something greater. I can choose even something different. And it doesn't really matter if I choose this thing now, because I can choose something much greater next time. And that next time means when I choose. So I don't have to wait for someone to allow me to choose. I choose whatever I want, whenever I want, and I actualize it, I make it happen as well. So what do you choose to make happen? What do you want to actualize? So the very short answer is yes, and the long answer was just now. Is there another question, or I go to the question parts? Okay. Okay, the question is something like this. How do you stay sort of like open to keep receiving energy, information, everything, and at the same time, how do you like protect yourself against everything that is not yours? The problem with it, if something is not yours, that we need, let's say, more awareness about our body and about ourselves. If you don't use such tools as who does this belong to, and you're functioning from your past, let's say, if I have an itchy skin on the face, that means pretty sure the wind or the sun or the elements of the weather was sort of like hurting the skin, or maybe I was eating some food and I'm allergic to it. So this is why I have it. That's the general point of view if you have some itchy skin. But if you would ask questions from the body, like, what is this? Or is this truly mine? Or am I aware of someone else? Then you would recognize it has nothing to do with the food. Like, of course, sometimes it has to do with the food, but most of the time it's not. Or sometimes it may be connected to the weather, or it was cold outside, or whatever, but But the main question is that what are you aware of, or who are you aware of? And what is the information you are aware of that you are misinterpret? Like the translation that you do, like translating the energy or the symptoms into information, it happens based on logic. So that means what you've learned from your parents, from the people. And once you change it and you start to function from question, then you start to recognize that like 99% of the things doesn't belong to you, and it has nothing to do with your body. Your body just picks it up and shows it to you. And what is it that your body will pick up? Everything that belongs to your zone of awareness. And the zone of awareness is all the things that you made vital, valuable, and real. These are people, these are situations, these are things that you made vital, valuable, and real. But if you didn't have points of view about any of these things, then you could have immediate knowing, like clarity. If you have points of view about the things that belong to your zone of awareness, then it will show up as a symptom, as a pain, as an illness, as some bodily sensation. And once you start to clear the points of view, then the sensation starts to get transformed or translated into pure information. Because you are not standing in the way with your logical mind, with your judgments, with your points of view. Okay. How can I increase sensitivity to my acoustic body and connect with it easily? Well, actually, all the processes, like body processes, all the clearings, all the theory, all the exercises that we will do at the class is about this. How can you increase your sensitivity, which is not really increasing your sensitivity, it's just fine-tuning and teaching yourself how to sense and perceive. Okay, next question. When my children are not feeling well and are going through a difficult period, how can I be the space and how can I be at ease? Yeah, this is a, let's say, so I think I didn't complete a previous thought pattern. So there is a communication between you and your body. And the more you hurt your body, let's say, the more you avoid the awareness, like your awareness and your body's awareness. So the more you avoid it, you know, the more pain, the more problems will show up in your life. And as a feedback that you receive from the body, as in symptoms and pain, you will buy into it that how much limited you are. So it will suck you down. It will disempower you. But if you sort of like get out of your logical mind, then the connection between you and your body starts to change. Like if you give space to the body, it will also start to give you a different feedback. It will start to empower you because your body starts to recover and your body starts to get more energized and more capable. The more space you give to your body, the better feedback it will give you as an infinite being. So it can also contribute to you and tell you what you should do in that very moment, in that situation with your children. Like, how can you be around your children, and how can you be there energetically, and how can you be there with your acoustic body that would actually contribute to your children during that hard time? Okay, next question. Sometimes I succeed, and sometimes I need a lot of clearing and processes to return to myself and observe as a witness. So what is happening? You know, like during the day, and not just during the day, with each and every topic in your life, you have a different level of receiving and different level of allowance. If we talk about, let's say, just the three big things: health, relationship, money. Most of the time, you know, people have a different level of receiving and also allowance with each of these topics. So some people have great health, but they don't have a good relationship, or maybe they don't also have a lot of money. Some people have a lot of money, but their health is shitty. Maybe their relationship is shitty as well. Some people have great health, great relationship, but no money. So it all means that you have a different approach to money. You have a different approach to, let's say, your health, your body. You have a different approach to your relationship. Like, at some situations, you have more judgments and points of view. In some situations, you have less. The less judgments and points of view you have regarding a topic, the greater ease you have with that topic. So the less points of view you have about money, the more money you can generate and receive. Okay, so how much money can you receive, and how much you have an allowance with money? And of course, everyone says, oh, I choose to receive money. And then they don't. Actually, they don't, because they have so many hidden points of view or secret points of view, or even secret agenda that doesn't allow them to truly receive. And of course, it means they're not in allowance with what they choose. Because they already have so many points of view of, if I choose this, then what do I have to do to make it happen? And these are like points of view. This is a way of controlling creation. So that means you don't give space to that situation. And is there a possibility to return back to my reality with speed, like fast, and with ease? Yeah, of course. Because the great, like, it's all about practicing to function from space, from question. The more you practice it, the more ease you will have, the greater changes you will have in your life, with your body, with everything. So when you sort of like start to awaken your body, then your body will give back sort of like positive feedback to you. It will empower you to choose greater, to become aware, like more aware about the body and about all creations. Okay. We covered this thing, what is the basic theory of this therapy? There was another one, how can I connect with the acoustic body? Yes, that's also the main topic of the 3-day Your Acoustic Body class. And someone says they have pain in their legs and what to do with it. I'm just wondering if the person is, here, like attending online. Yes. Okay, so I would like to ask that person that if you have, and it's for everyone, is there anyone who has any pain in their body? Let's say I take it as a yes. Or if you have any illness in your body. So place your hands on that area of the body. Or you can even ask your body, like your hands, to move into that location on the body where you have to work on now. Like, let's say, if you have any symptoms, any illnesses, sometimes we have to place our hands on that location, sometimes on a totally different location. So it's about follow your awareness. And ask like first, connect with your body. Second, like as you are in that space of being connected with your body, start to destroy and uncreate all your points of view. All the points of view about the symptoms, all the ideas, why you have the pain, why you have the symptoms. Like, get rid of all your points of view, and that will allow you to provide space to the body. So the body can heal itself and recover. And also you will become aware of what is truly happening with your body. And from that moment, you can heal it, you can change things. So you will have more ease with changing your life. And it's not, you know, we could use the same example about your business or about your relationship. Is there any other question we should cover? Like, I just ran out of questions because most of the questions are similar, and not just similar, but like we covered them so far. Anyone, if anyone has a question, please type it into the chat box, or you can unmute yourself. Huh? Okay, so it's a 3-day class. There are 4 specific body processes that is only available at the class. So it's not available elsewhere. These are specifically created for the acoustic body, to awaken the acoustic body, to increase receiving, to step into that space of the space of infinite possibilities with your body. We will talk about choice and creation, also about indefinite living, from that aspect of how long can your body live. And of course, we are not just talking about it, but we will run like processes and questions, so everyone can start to recognize that actually their body can live much, 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 much longer than 60 or 80 years. Yeah, we also talk about the kingdom of we, like how you sort of like function from oneness, and how you can use your powers to generate a change even on global level. So it's not just about learning as well the miraculous healing, that how you can perform it. But also, yeah, it's also about for everyone to, there will be a big section of the class to recognize actually who is generating your body, because it's not just you. There are so many people and so many programs that are generating and controlling your body. And yeah, we will run clearings on that. So you will find all these different kind of dynamics or different programs that once we clear, it will bring change to your body. Like oftentimes, yeah, this is happening on the first day, and people, as a result of the clearings, overnight, they go through like some kind of transformation. Their body like changes overnight. Like symptoms or pain will disappear, or their digestion will change. Like a lot of women reported that on the second day of the class that, you know, their belly get flattened, and they were just so amazed at how did it work, how did it happen, because it wasn't theirs. And with all the questions, with all the processes that we ran during that first day to recognize who is actually creating your body instead of you, with these clearings, the body can finally become free and recover itself and change these symptoms or get rid of the symptoms. So yeah, so we work with the body processes, like there will be running the body processes and practicing. There will be lots of amazing topics. And also everyone receives the recordings, of course, in English as well, and in translated languages like Serbian, Croatian. Everyone can choose whether you would like to have an English manual or you would like to have a translated manual in your language. And, you know, as you learn these body processes, you will receive, let's say, a certificate of completion. So you, as a practitioner, you can use these tools, these processes, these clearings, and the body processes, of course. Is there anything that I missed? Yeah, because like, of course, there is plenty of live facilitation. So if you have any pain, if you have any illness, ask that question and you will receive immediate live facilitation on that during the class. So it's not just that we have topics, we have exercises, we have clearings, we have body processes, but there is plenty of live facilitation during the class, during the body processes as well. So for sort of like improve the state of your body, like contributing to your body's recovery capacities. There's a question that Sadhguru explains it very similarly. What is my opinion on that? Here's the thing. So when, and maybe you remember that from last time, if you were with us with the previous intro, that when we were running the very first intro, and it was an intro to China, because we were creating the very first class in China, Beijing. And maybe you remember, there was a power outage in the whole street immediately when we started. So I was running the Zoom intro from my mobile phone's internet. There was no power. We were using like candles and so on. And even the people was unable to hear the Chinese translator. So we had to run lots of clearings. Like for 3 minutes, we were running clearings. And then when we finished with the intro, which was like 1 hour and 15 or 20 minutes, then all power came back in the street where we were living. And it was really strange that the flame of the candles was like moving, like insanely. And then we started to ask questions like, like this is not, it was really weird. And we asked the question, like, is there any entity here? Like, is there anyone controlling this thing or causing this power outage? And it was a big yes. And we started a conversation, like communicating with this entity. And it says it's something like an entity that is like protecting or the guardian of the planet. And what they said that this information was given to humanity so many times before, but it always ended up somehow collapsing the whole civilization because people started to abuse this information. So the message was from this entity that whenever we talk about this information, we have to run clearings and get to a level where people can receive at least 80% of the information during the class and also during intros. So if anyone else talks about this, I would say, the information was here before and it's here again. And the information would like to reach people because this is what the entity wants, to have all the people to have it and get people informed about this. But also they would like to sort of like make sure that now the people will take care of the planet, take care of each other, and use it wisely. Like, just imagine that if everyone would recognize that they have such power with their body, like how much our reality would change. Like, would you change politics? Would you change the financial system? Would you change healthcare system? Would you change education system? What else would you change? You see, you would change everything with this information, with these tools. And the interesting part is that you cannot forcefully change something and make it stupid, like make it worse. Because, and this is the kingdom of we, that in order to change something that has like a greater scale, like it would affect a greater region or even the whole planet, you will only able to do it once you function from that level of energy and space. But when you function from that, it comes with that level of awareness and consciousness. And as you climb, as you expand your capacities, as you develop more of your capacities, as you become more conscious, you also become aware of what does it create if I do this. And as being more conscious, you will do greater good. So the other thing I would say about this, that I don't know if you have heard it in the news. and I just read an article today. It's about the COVID vaccination. There was a woman who is like a doctor and a scientist, and she and her team was checking what's in the vaccination, and they found that it's full of like miniature robots that sort of like, and that's all in the vaccination. And when they said this, then I don't know where they are. I think it was in the United States or wherever. There was a big lawsuit that we will take away your doctor, your possibility to be a doctor, and you will go to jail for this. And then they said, we have all the proof. And actually what they found is that these micro robots that are part of the vaccination are like generating like an internet, like a web with which all people on the planet who received the vaccination can be interconnected, and sort of like their mind can be controlled. Feelings, emotions, state of awareness, everything can be controlled. It's like the internet. And the thing is that there is communion. Like there is this thing, communion, that means we are all interconnected. You just don't use it. And this is when technology generates communion with the vaccinations. It's not a communion for us. It's a communion to control us. Like it's something to interconnect all people and be able to control all people. So they try to sort of like abuse what is communion to their stupid plans. And when we function from what comes from consciousness and function from that kind of communion, it cannot be abused. Like things can only be abused when people start to sort of like take out the essence of it, the conscious essence, and replace it with technology. Because then, because of the technology, it's not about consciousness anymore, but it's about their choice, whatever they want to do. So anyway, it was really interesting because, so when the person said, this doctor said, like, we have the proof, we can confirm it, then suddenly they dropped all the lawsuit. They were left alone, like, you are free. That's it, because no one wanted this information to get out to the media. So anyway, it would be really great if this would be never mixed with technology, but it would, like, this information would stay in the hands of people and using it through their consciousness, through the space of the infinite being that they truly be, because then it would really create a truly amazing and different future for all of us. And this is what I invite all of you. I think that's it for today. The class will be on the 26th, 27th, and 28th of September. So it's sort of like 4 weeks time from now. So it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 whole days. And of course, during the class, it's like from 10 to 17 every day. And yeah, it's really going to be a life-changing class. If there is anyone who's been to the class before, we did so much changes that it's worth to repeat the class. Of course, there is lots of new information and new processes and exercises. And you know, there is a repeat price no matter when you attended the class the first time. So, and if you think there is someone who would need this, it's not just about, it's not just for those people who are healers, but also those people who like to recover from any kind of serious illnesses that they just had enough. So if you want to use it for yourself, great. If you want to use it for your clients, also great. There is nothing wrong with this, but it's not just about healing, though big part of it is about the body, but it's also about choice and to take back the power that you truly have. And with that, you can really go into all different directions of not just how to help the bodies, but also how to change your reality. Because the acoustic wave is about the space of infinite possibilities. Like you can truly choose anything. And I would like you all to have this awareness, this knowing, and be able to use it. Because then you would really recognize that there are no limits for you in any area of your life. Cool. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, of course, I will send out the recordings to all of you. There will be 2 video recordings, one in English and another one with the same video, but with Margareta's translation over my voice. So, and of course, we will send out the details about the class. But if you have any question, please turn to Margareta or Vesna or Dragana, who is the local host in Rijeka, Croatia. Also to Angela and Alen. They are also co-hosts of this creation. So any questions you have, come, find us, ask your questions. We are here for you. And please make sure that you will be available by the time the class starts. You have all accommodation booked, you have your flights, you have your money, you have everything for the class ready. Think ahead in time and let's create everything that's required for you to attend the class. Okay. Thank you for all of you joining us. I think we will come back with another intro as new questions arise. Cool.
Thank you, Rocco.
Thank you, Dragana.
Thank you, Dragana.
Thank you, Wesley. Hola. Hola. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.